is up? Ladies and gentlemen, two-wheel pursuit here once again. Back on the Honda CRF. What? How do I still? What? But I sold this for the Ducati and the. Hey, what's up, brother? God bless. I know it's all very confusing. What the hell, this two-wheel pursuit guy? He got a Ducati Multistrada. He said he got rid of the CRF. He said the CRF is no more. I think that's the exact words I said. Well, it's a little more complicated than that. So I bought the Multistrada before I got rid of the CRF, and I thought I had a deal lined up to sell the CRF. However, just didn't end up working out. And I mean, that makes sense because the time of year, it's fall, it's not the time to be buying a motorcycle. I got a real good deal on the Ducati because of that, but it's not the time to be selling the CRF. So it's honestly more worth it to borrow the money for the Ducati right now and go and buy the Ducati with borrowed money, and then wait until the spring and sell the CRF for a higher price at that point and make more money, and then pay off the Ducati. Or, you know, maybe I'll decide I just like the CRF so much, keep the CRF, and we'll see. Sell the Ducati, make more money, and turn the CRF, maybe use the extra money I get from flipping the Ducati in prime season and get a pair of Supermoto tires for the CRF. It's possible. I think that would be pretty cool. Beautiful fall foliage out here today. And today I want to make a video about some of the sort of differences between the big ADV touring bikes like the Ducati Multistrada, like the BMW GS 1250, like the, look at that, look at the swamp, look at the swamp. This is all because of a damn beaver. Check out this beaver over here. It's made a whole dam over here. This whole swamp. It's because of a freaking beaver. Anyway. I thought that was cool. So this video is just going to be a general comparison sort of between dual sports like the Honda CRF300L, DRZ-400, KLX250, KLX300, whatever, compared to like the big ADV touring bikes. And sort of what I think of the two now that I own both of them. First thing I want to say is I think both bikes are great. I don't think that you can really, like, if I was going to get either one of the bikes, it's hard for me to actually say which one for certain I would want to go with. Both dual sports have their place, and big ADV touring bikes have their place, absolutely. The biggest difference, the two big differences, right, that you're going to really see between the two is power and weight. And that they are significantly different in both of those regards. So when we're talking about weight, we're talking about dual sports weighing maybe like 300 to 400 pounds, and then we're talking about these big ADV bikes weighing closer to 700 pounds. A lot of people always think that less weight is better. That's not always true, because with the bigger ADV bikes, I mean, let's face it, it's like the memes of people buying Jeeps and just riding them around in parking lots, right? Like, you get an ADV bike, you're going to be spending a lot of time on the highway probably, not so much time off-road. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's, you know, you buy a bike that you want and you do what you want with it. That's fine. And if you're going to be spending a lot of time on the highway, you kind of want a heavier bike because you're not going to be getting blown around as much as you are on something like this, where you weigh basically nothing. On the flip side, the low weight of a dual sport like the CRF300 is going to allow you to be able to ride way more technical trails, way more actual off-roading. It's cool, like I had a little RC truck there that he was working with. Looks like someone's been here with four-wheelers recently. I haven't been here in a long time. So obviously, I wanted to come here and show you guys, like, doing stuff like this is something you would need way more skill to do if you were riding a big ADV bike. I mean, this CRF is eating this up like cake, and if I drop it, I know I can pick it up basically without any problem at all. It's like somebody was out here having a few beers, brother. Probably Baker X Derek. Out here having a few White Claws. Oh! Let's see, where do we want to go? Probably wherever is away from that guy, because he's out here throwing golf balls in this direction. Let's go this way. So other big factor being the power. Some of these big ADV bikes, especially the newer ones, like the my god, the, you know, you have the Ducati Multistrada V4 now, Rally Edition, which is, like, you know, kind of implies for off-road use, but that freaking thing has damn near 200 horsepower, and I can tell you, you're never in your life going to use 200 horsepower off-road. Quite frankly, this CRF has a very good amount of horsepower, very good amount of torque for riding around some nice light off-road trails, fire roads, whatever. I mean, a lot of people don't realize when you're riding off-road, you don't need that much power. It really is going to come down a lot more to skill. That's why you see a lot of people with smaller bikes doing really good off-road. If you're going to get into like motocross or something, that's a whole other story. So dual sports are really going to have much better power, much more usable power for doing off-road stuff like this, hitting trails, whatever. And you get into these big ADV touring bikes, you have a lot more power, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be better for stuff like this. And keep in mind, with that extra power, you're also getting a lot more weight. So it's a trade-off. This might sound like common sense stuff to some of you guys, but I can tell you that I've seen more than a few comments of people being like, oh, well, why wouldn't you just get why wouldn't you just get one of these big ADV bikes that has so much more power? It's like, well, they weigh a bunch more. And on the flip side of that, you have people commenting like, oh, why wouldn't you just get a DRZ-400? It weighs so much less than a big ADV bike. Like, they're different bikes, guys. Different bikes, different purposes. Oh, yeah. This is fun. Oh, almost had to lay her down. perfect day for riding out here. It's cool enough now that you're not getting sweaty. We're out riding hard like this off-road. So I will also say, as far as looking at ADV bikes versus dual sports, because I'm sure there's going to be some people watching this video who are looking to get their first bike, I think that a dual sport is the way to go. Because I will tell you, I think, well, I know you can do like 95% of the stuff on that Ducati with the CRF300L. Yeah, you can add luggage to it, you can make it whatever you want, but the CRF300L or DRZ-400, whatever, all these dual sports are such forgiving machines, right? Like, you can throw it down, you can lay it down, and you can really do some great learning on it and developing your skills on how to ride. With big old bikes like the Ducati, you are really kind of at the mercy of the weight of the bike, and also to some extent the power, because you do just have way more power. I mean, you get one of those bikes, you're never going to be doing stuff like this, at least not for a long time if you're a beginner rider. It takes definite practice, and this is fun right here, so this might be something that you want to do. I mean, you get a dual sport, is like, you can use it for touring, you can use it for trail riding, you can turn it into a supermoto if you want. They're super reliable and super forgiving, and way cheaper too. It's kind of like the whole package. I'm not really sure. You know, when you start to look at it that way, it's hard to make an argument for the bigger touring bikes, but they definitely have a place too. And where they really shine is when you're trying to do big, you know, adventure touring or even just regular touring on the road. They're really great bikes for that. Wow, there's a bouncy trail. Back out to the road. That's not where I want to go. You can go. You can go. Oh, okay. This guy's trying to make a video of me right now, over here riding with me. He's keeping up. CRF300L versus some dude on a mountain bike. Seems like I'm winning right now, but we'll see. Oh, he's like right behind me, holy shit. that's something right there that you cannot do with one of those bigger adventure bikes, is be out here racing some guy on a mountain bike. That was cool. Anyway, I think I've basically made all the points that I was going to about ADV tours, or just ADV bikes in general versus dual sports. I think that my conclusion is that they're both good bikes. They both serve different purposes. When you get a dual sport, you can do a lot of stuff that I'm getting tired. When you get a dual sport, you can do a lot of stuff that you can also do with a big ADV bike. But when you get a big ADV bike, you can't necessarily do everything that you could with a dual sport. Well, that's not to say that a dual sport can do everything an ADV bike can, but I think a dual sport can do 95% of the stuff an ADV bike can, and do it pretty well and reliably. Whereas an ADV bike can probably do like closer to 70% of what dual sport can do. But again, it depends where you live, it depends your skill level, it depends what you're going to use it for. If you're going to use it more for highway use, just be honest with yourself. If you're going to use it more for touring, well, then that's literally what ADV bikes are built for. So I would go with one of them. If you want to be doing more stuff like what I'm doing right here, a dual sport all day. Get yourself a cheap CRF or DRZ-400. Just get out and rip on it. It's a lot of fun. What the hell? I thought this was a path. Yes. Alright, such a good little bike here, the CRF-300L. Alright guys, well, let me know what you think about my sort of synopsis here about ADV bikes versus dual sports. If you agree, disagree. I own both, and I've sort of developed this opinion right now, and I mean, come spring I'm going to have to get rid of one of them, so it's either going to be get rid of the CRF or get rid of the Ducati Multistrada. So I have the winter to decide about that. We'll find out. I mean, man, I do love that Multistrada, but there is always the option I could sell that and keep the CRF for way less money. Yeah, I probably make some money on the Ducati and have money left over. Frankly, money left over to pay for this bike for years to come, any repairs it may need, and even pay probably for a set of Supermoto tires if I wanted. So, alright guys, thank you once again if you made it this far in the video. You're part of the 1% of people who made it this far. So go ahead and put 1% in your comment down below. Let me know you made it this far. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know your thoughts on this, if I got it right, if I got it wrong. I'm just some guy making a video about my opinion, and I would love to know your opinion. New videos come out every Monday and Friday, so stay tuned for more. And I'm gonna ride a bit more here, see if I can find that guy on his mountain bike again. You guys have a good one. Ride safe.